Hello Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Gemini, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Gemini, let's get started. How does Gemini currently view this relationship? All right, Gemini. So we do have, okay, this feels like a heart-to-heart conversation that I see you having here with someone. And somebody that you built a foundation with, or somebody that you were trying to build a foundation with, okay? So however it resonates with you in your particular situation, but I do see you having a heart-to-heart with them. I do see you, why does this feel like they reached out to you? Like, I feel like this person kind of reached out to you, to be honest. Gemini, Gemini, I feel like prior, right, to this person contacting you, you were doing very well. Like, I do see you very focused on you and your stability and what you want to do next with your life. I'm also getting a lot of like excitement off of you and your energy. The moment this, chapter came to an end here between you and this person. You didn't spend time, I would say, dwelling on them and what could have been and what was. Like, we just kind of see you, moving forward and moving on with your life, focused on your stability and what you want to do next with your life. And then boom, it's like this person just contacts you out of nowhere, wanting to talk. I do feel like since this ending occurred here between the two of you, they've been, kind of down in the dumps, in a little bit of a rut. That's one thing I will say. It's one thing I will say. You're either going to see it rain all over their face, in reference to like how sad and depressed they've been, or you're just going to hear it in their voice. Because you're either having a face-to-face conversation with this person or you're talking to this person through the phone is kind of what I'm getting. I'm not getting like a whole texting back and forth between you and this person. This is either going down via FaceTime, phone call, or in person. But you could just see like the sadness, written all over this person's face. Yeah, you could just tell that this person has been very sad and very depressed since this ending occurred here between the two of you. Okay. All right, let's it's like you feel like you're getting sucked back into this entire situation all over again. I feel like you feel bad. I do. I feel like you feel bad for this person. But yeah, I'm kind of getting like an energy of you kind of feeling like sucked back into this entire situation all over again. I actually want to look at the Page of Pentacles just to kind of see, what else I can get from you and how you're kind of, responding to this communication that you're receiving here from this person. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Ooh. We have the Eight of Cups. I keep getting you were doing so well. You were doing so well. You were doing so well. You're doing so well. I don't even feel like you were really thinking about this person like that either. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like you'll think about them like every once in a blue, or if something like reminds you of this person, that's when you'll obviously think about this person. But other than that, you weren't really thinking about this person. Like, they weren't like, at the forefront, I would say, of your mind. But you, my friend, you have definitely been at the forefront of this person's mind. I feel like ever since this ending occurred here between the two of you, they've been thinking about you every day. Every day. Okay. Yeah. You were doing so well. I keep wanting to say that. I was like, you were doing so well. You were doing so well. Just focusing on you, right? And your stability, protecting your energy, protecting your peace, minding your business, We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. We also have not the King of Swords in the reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. There was that part of you that kind of felt like this person was gonna eventually, you know, bust a U-turn back in your direction, but given, right, how things played out between you and this person, it kind of had you feeling like, you know what, I'm probably not gonna hear from this person. And it kind of looks like you were perfectly fine with never hearing from this person, you know, ever again. It just kind of looks like this person did something, unfortunately, to self-sabotage things here between the two of you in some way, shape, and or form. And I think that after they did whatever it is that they did, okay, you wasted no time cutting this person out of your life. But yeah, I just don't think that you thought that you would ever like hear from this person again. And the fact that you are, I do kind of feel like you're a little surprised by it and taken back by it. All right, let's look at this person. Let's do it. How does this human currently view this relationship? Oh, it's interesting because I did say the King of Swords earlier, but we have the King of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we also have the Six of Swords. Interesting. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. It kind of looks like ever since this ending occurred here between the two of you, they've just been, you know, wanting to do certain things with their life. And it kind of looks like, how do I explain this to you? It's kind of like the epitome, right, of them walking away from this relationship and telling themselves, you know what, now that it's over and done with between Gemini and I'm gonna do this with my life, and I'm gonna do that with my life, and I'm gonna focus on this, and I'm gonna focus on that. But it kind of looks like they weren't able to, like they weren't able to like go back to school the way that they wanted to, because they were too caught up in like this ending that happened between the two of you, and you know, adjusting and adapting to life without you in it, which was a very challenging and difficult thing for this person to do. It still is what I'm getting. It still is difficult for this person to adjust and adapt to life without you in it. So I just think that this person thought that they were going to be able to like adjust and adapt to life without you in it like that. And it kind of looks like it didn't play out that way. I think that you adjusted and adapted to life without this person very, very quickly. Then again, you are a mutable sign. You guys are very good at adapting to changes. Them, on the other hand, they harness a lot of fixed energy. So when a drastic change happens within a person that's as fixed as they are, it takes a very, very long time. Because once they get accustomed, right, to like having a specific person in their life and, you know, living like a, you know, living life in a certain way and, you know, having like a routine, you know, it's kind of hard, you know, for anybody like this to like just adapt, you know, immediately to like a massive change. And it kind of looks like that's why the struggle has been so real, is because they got so used to living life with you in it. They got so used to like the routine, right, that they had when they were with you. They got so used to like you texting them, you calling them, you looking for them, the two of you hanging out, the two of you spending time together. You know what I mean? Like they got so used to that. And the moment this relationship came to an end, all of that was, you know, taken away from them. All of that was yanked from them. And they had to adjust. They had to adapt. But it kind of looks like they weren't able to, if that makes any sense. So it looks like the things that they wanted to go off and do with their life and accomplish and achieve for themselves, they weren't able to do it. More of the story. They've just been in a massive rut. Massive rut. They've been experiencing a lot of stagnancy as well. I want to look at the Five of Pentacles for whatever odd reason. So let's look at the Five of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. Doom, 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 doom. Okay. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups in the upright. We also have the Strength card in the reverse. And then we also have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Okay, well, that's drastically changing, which definitely speaks of growth on their behalf. You know, I feel like this person, when this relationship came to an end between the two of you, they were blaming you. They were blaming you. They definitely were. Like, I don't know if this person walked around telling people like, oh, like the reason why, our marriage went south, or our relationship went south, was because of Gemini. Um, but I feel like this person has had nothing but time to reflect and think back on the role that they essentially played in all this, and they're kind of like, realizing, right, that they did play a massive role and why things didn't work out here between the two of you. So it's like they go from blaming you to like blaming themselves, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I don't even know why I'm overthinking it. I'm a Virgo. Just roll with it. I overthink absolutely everything in life. Okay. Okay. So they're coming to terms with the fact that, okay, this was all my fault. 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 Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, how does Gemini currently feel? I keep getting this energy of you feeling sucked back into this entire situation all over again, and you don't like it. You don't like it. You don't like it. Because you don't want to get sucked back into this entire situation ever again. I mean, we do have the Tower out here, and the Tower is linked to the Devil, which could definitely represent a very toxic and unhealthy dynamic and or environment. You do perceive your relationship with this person to be something that is very toxic, something that is very unhealthy, something that's just going to bring more toxicity, chaos, dysfunction, instability into your life. In other words, you feel like if you get sucked back into this entire situation, you're going to find yourself going through things you don't want to go through ever again. In other words, you think that history is going to repeat itself. This feels like a tug of war that I'm kind of seeing here between you and this person. It's like you're trying to pull away from them, and they're trying to like pull you back in. Like, no, come back, come back. You're just like, no, I gotta go, and they're just like, no, don't go anywhere, come back. It feels like a tug of war. Yeah, it's like here you are trying to pull the hell away, and here they're trying to pull you back in. Well, I guess no, that's not the right thing to say, because a tug of war is like you pulling them towards you and them pulling you towards them. So no, I guess never mind. I take that back. Sorry. I feel like the coffee's wearing off. Don't worry. I'll get more in a second. But yeah, I just kind of feel like but why do you keep allowing yourself though? That's my thing. Like, it's like you feel like you're getting sucked back into the situation. And yes, you do. I will admit this. Like, you don't like it. I will give you that much. You don't like the fact that you're like feeling like you're getting sucked back into this entire situation. But at the same exact time, it's like you're allowing yourself to. In some way, shape, and or form. Let me look into this. Tell me more about the Eight of Wands. Yeah, you're getting sucked back into this entire situation, or at least you feel like you are, which you kind of are now that I look at it. And here's how you're doing it, regardless if you're consciously aware of it or not. Going back and forth with this person alone is what's causing you to feel like you're getting sucked back into this entire situation, because you are. Let me explain. With the Page of Pentacles coming out here, this is them basically expressing to you what they've realized, right? During this time that the two of you spent apart from one another, they've realized that they haven't been showing up in the ways that you've, needed them to show up, and honestly in the ways that you deserve for this person to show up. So, they're telling you a whole lot of that. They're taking accountability for the marriage going south, for the relationship going south. So they're also kind of reeling you in with that. With the Five of Swords coming out here, this is like, them kind of like admitting to you that they were stupid. Straight up, like they were stupid for doing you the way that they did you, or just doing the things that they did. Like, I feel like there's something that this person did that they're now looking back at it like, yo, that was stupid. Like, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. Like, what the hell was I thinking type of stuff. So what's sucking you back in is that you're experiencing a version of them that you didn't necessarily experience when you were with them. And because you were experiencing a completely different version than what we're seeing here, this is what's, well, how do I say this? But yeah, because you were experiencing a different version, from them when you were with them, that's what caused you to like pull away from this person and remove yourself from this person because you didn't like the version of them that you were experiencing when you were with them, right? This is the version that you wanted to experience when you were with them. A person that can take accountability, a person that can admit when they're wrong, a person, that, doesn't have an issue with apologizing to you and, doing whatever they can on their end to fix this. Like, you're getting the version of them that you didn't necessarily receive when you were with them. And that's what's drawing you in. That's what's attracting you right back to this person, if that makes any sense. Okay, wait. So we have the Four of Wands in the upright. We also have the Six of Swords in the reverse. It's like you don't want what this person is conveying to you to cause you to like run back to them. It's like you just want to go back to just focusing on you and your stability. But it's like you can feel yourself being sucked back into this entire situation. And it's because you are. And it's because of everything that they're telling you. They're telling you everything that you didn't hear when you were with them. They're doing things that they've never done when y'all were together. You see what I mean? See what I mean? But it's like a lot of you feel like if you get sucked back into this entire situation, man, it's like you're gonna go back to like feeling insecure. Oh, excuse me. Well, I don't like that, but excuse me. You're a fucking Queen of Wands. I don't know. Well, granted, they could have done things, okay, to make you feel insecure within yourself, but I'm fucking sorry. You all that in a bag of chips. Not to blow your head up or anything like that or make you feel better about yourself. I'm just telling you the damn truth. I mean, Queen of Wands is somebody who's attractive, okay? Okay? Like, you don't got a problem getting a man, honey. You don't have a problem getting a woman. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Anyways, so yeah, it's like you don't want to go back to feeling codependent off of them. You don't want to go back to feeling insecure. You don't want to go back to experiencing anxiety on a frequent basis. You don't want to go back to that. It's like the moment this one over here walked out of your life, it's like you got back to feeling confident about yourself. You got back to feeling good about yourself. You got back to not experiencing life on a frequent basis, just full of anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, all right, let's keep going, shall we? How does this person, oh hell, wow, 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 wow. Well, look at what we have here. You're showing up as my favorite freaking combo of all times. Yeah, that's nice. Man, this person does, view you in a very, very beautiful lighting. I will say that. They look at you as somebody who's very attractive, somebody who has a very dope personality, somebody who's very ambitious, somebody who's very driven, somebody who's very big on respect, also very, very big on loyalty. I mean, what's there not to love about you? It's like they feel like they gotta like make things right with you. Like they have to. Should I say it? Should I say it? I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I want to be nice about this one here, right? I want to be nice for a change. I feel like I'm always nice. It's just, I'm not good at sugarcoating things. It's like, it's just, I don't know, but maybe it's because I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know. I don't know. But, You know, it's interesting because this person, when they were with you, they were actually showing up as a King of Pentacles. And now that y'all are not together, they're showing up as a King of Swords. I find that to be very interesting. And if we factor in that this person in some way, shape, or form made you feel very insecure within yourself, I mean, I think it's safe to say that when you got with this person, they were kind of shocked and surprised to like bag someone like you. I'm just fucking being honest, okay? Like, God, how do I say this? Like, I don't think that this person thought that you would ever give them like the time and or day. You feel me? Like, I don't think that this person ever thought that you would. And the fact that you did, oh shit. I mean, I had this one over here feeling like, oh shit, I'm the man, okay? I'm the man, okay? Or I'm the woman. Look at what I pulled, you know? I feel like well, you may not even be consciously aware of this, but I feel like this person's very insecure. I just think that this person's really good at hiding it and not letting it show. Because energy is energy and it rubs off. Like, if you're a very confident individual and you start hanging out with a bunch of insecure people, I promise you, you're going to start to feel insecure. Feel me? So it's like, I feel like that's what happened. Where it's like you got with somebody that you didn't even know was very insecure within themselves, because they definitely are, okay? They definitely are. Because the fact that this person goes from harnessing Page energy and King of Swords energy, that's kind of telling me that they didn't necessarily feel personally like they were all that in a bag of chips. Like, they perceived you as somebody who was better than them. You see what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I feel like that's, and then they ended up as a King of Pentacles when they got with you. That's telling me that they felt very, very confident about themselves when they got with you. And it's like, that's like, you know, I'm trying to think of somebody that I find to be very attractive. Oh gosh, let me think long and hard about this. That's like me getting with Tupac, because oh my god, I love that man. That's like me getting with, oh, and he's a Gemini too. But anyways, that's like me getting with Tupac, okay? Like, I promise you, my confidence will go through the fucking roof. If I can, and I don't even feel like I'm an ugly person, but you know what I mean? Like, my confidence will go through the roof. I will be walking around like, yes, I am all that in a bag of chips because look at what I pulled. You see what I mean? Like, my confidence will go through the roof. And I consider Tupac to be way better than me, okay? Way better than me. In all sorts of different ways, shapes, and forms, okay, honey? Like, oh man, the man's phenomenal. And I just wish, you know, that I was definitely on his level, like just on a spiritual level alone, okay? Just on a spiritual level alone, because that man is like, oh, heaven sent. But you know what I mean? It's like, oh, my confidence will go through the roof. I'll be walking around like I'm all that in a bag of chips. Like, you girls have nothing on me. You know what I mean? Like, I would be walking around like that if I pulled Tupac Shakur. Oh my God. So it's like, I feel like, you know, like, I feel like that's what happened, Gemini. Like, I feel like when you got with this person, like, honey, you were walking around like you were that girl. Like, you were walking around like you were like that dude before you got with this person. And then all of a sudden that drastically changed. Like, just out of nowhere. Like, no, it's because you were dealing with somebody who was very, very insecure. I just don't think that you understand how insecure this person actually is, you know? I'm pretty sure this person bragged about you. I'm pretty sure I would too. Hell, I would too. If I had a King of Wands / King of Pentacles in a group, child, I will be screaming from the damn rooftop, okay? Tell me more about the King of Swords. Tell me more about the King of Swords. Well, yeah, well. Yep. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups, but it came out in the, pero means but in Spanish. I feel like I've been saying that. I said I've been talking in Spanish way more than I normally do, so whatever. My apologies. Ten of Swords, Knight of Cups in the reverse, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. feel like this person played a stupid game and won a stupid prize. I just think that this person got so used to like messing up and then turning around and apologizing to you, and then you turning around and instantly forgiving them. And I feel like that's kind of why they made the amount of mistakes that they made. Is because in their head, they're just like, like the worst that's going to happen is that Gemini's going to get mad at me, but they're going to turn around and forgive me, you know? Because that's what they always do. But I do see them recognizing, you know, how wrong they were for doing this. And they might even outright tell you, like, you know what, Gemini, like, I made a lot of mistakes, and you know, granted, you know I shouldn't have done this. I know I shouldn't have done that. And I know, like, I would turn around and do it, you know, again and again and again. And it's because, like, you know, in a fudged up way, right? I knew that you were just going to turn around and forgive me. Okay, well, that's growth. That's good. That's growth. You know, they're being blunt. They're being honest. They're being transparent. That's growth. That's great. That's great. All right, let's look at the Justice card, shall we? Okay, the Justice card. They're very serious about making this right. I mean, yeah, this person feels like they have to, like, make this right before they're too late. Before they're too late. Before they're too late. Let's look at the Five of Swords, the Seven of Cups. No, really, yeah. Yeah. Okay. They feel like if they don't hurry the hell up and try to make things right with you, that somebody else might come along and see your value and see your worth, and then turn around and take you away from them for good. All right, so they want to prevent you from moving forward and moving. Oh, well, shit. Because that's the thing is, I'm so sorry, honey. Let me tell you, not a lot of people are out there looking for a King of Swords. That harnesses a lot of page energy, which is childish energy, okay? Not a lot of people are out there looking for that. But if it's one thing that I will say, is that there's a whole lot of men looking for someone like you, or a whole lot of women looking for someone like you. Don't get caught up in the gender. Nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. You mean to tell me you're attractive? You're ambitious? You got a job, you got a job, you got a job, you got a car, you got a house, you got your own child. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. No, I ain't got time for this. Quit playing with me. You feeling insecure. Are you kidding me? Insecure. For what? For what? For what? People will give up their left kidney, honey, to be you. Okay? Do you own a mirror, Gemini? Is that what it is? Maybe you don't own a mirror. Maybe that's what it is. Because I don't think that you understand. I don't think you understand, honey. Like, I don't think you understand. You really are all that in a bag of chips. What actions? Well, Gemini, now you're starting to make me mad, because I feel like you don't even, like, I don't know, like, you starting to piss me off, Gemini, because it's like, damn, man, it's like, you're all that in a bag of chips, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't feel like you see it, you know what I mean? And maybe it's because of everything this person put you through, but even then, you know, you know, you probably don't own a mirror. That's probably what it is. I'm going to just tell myself you don't own a mirror. You don't. You don't. There's no way you do. All right, what actions? Okay. All right. Back to you, my friend. Back to you. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Sun, honey. We have the Sun. The bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Cups. I'm going to have to verify something when it comes down to this person, because they are showing up as somebody who does have a lot of emotions for you. I just want to verify if they actually do. if they actually do. Why? I have no idea. I just feel like I have to like double check on that. Keep in mind, I'm an overthinker. Let's just roll with it for a second. But you're getting sucked back into this entire situation. You definitely are, which is the very thing you didn't want to happen, but that's exactly what's happening. Okay? But see, it's like you're falling, right? You're falling back into this energy of like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I allowing this person to like suck me back into this entire situation all over again? Like after everything that they put me through, like why am I allowing this to happen? Why am I allowing this to happen? I can't let this happen. I can't let this happen. Let's look at this one. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Not the King of Pentacles. Come on, the King of Cups. Tell me more about the King of Cups. You lied to me. Oh, hell. What the fuck is this now? Like, what is this? And I don't even feel like this is you. Like, I don't even feel like this is you. God, Lord. There's just, this person's like an onion, honey. There's so many layers to them. There's so many layers to this one. What? I just got you lied to me. Who the hell is this? Who are you? Why do I feel like this is somebody that they were dealing with? I feel like this person, you know, that you're now, I guess, dealing with, like I feel like they told somebody that they were done with you. Could have been a family member, could have been a friend, could have been somebody that they were romantically involved with. But you lied to me. Like, you told me you were done with them. Like, you lied to me. Like, oh God. Let's peel another layer. You know, at this point, I'm going to start calling them Onion Boy or Onion Girl because this one over here has so many layers to them. Jesus Christ. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Yeah, they told somebody that they were, I want to ask like what this person's relationship is to this individual. But it's like they told this Queen of Swords in the reverse that they were done with you. That they were done with you. And that they're over you, which was a lie as far as like them telling them that they were over you and that they didn't have any more emotions for you. Like that was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie. But here they are. Running back to you, and they're finding out about it with the sun coming out here. The sun speaks of like happiness, joy, butterflies and rainbows and ponies and stuff, but it also speaks of illumination. So it's being highlighted to this one that I just got the location. Like, you know how like the Apple, my daughter hates when I say that, not the Apple. You know how Apple has like the whole is it find me or whatever, you know, the location thing, damn it, you know, or the Life 360. Like, why do I feel like this person has their location? Okay, what is this Queen of Swords relationship to this King of Cups? Friend. Best friend is actually what I'm getting. Best friend. Okay, so it's their best friend. Okay, so I guess their best friend has their location or something. Now, granted, I'm getting location. off of this. Like, they're being metido. Like, how do you say metido in English? They're being nosy. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder where their King of Cups is at. I wonder what this fool's doing. You know what I mean? Like, and then they look it up and they see that they're at your place. You know what I mean? Okay. Because something's leading them to think and believe that they ran back to you. So I'm assuming that this person is like at your place. I'm assuming over here that this person's at your place and this friend knows where you live or something like that. But I am getting laughter all of a sudden. Like, yo, I thought you were done with Gemini. What the fuck are you doing at their house? Like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? I thought you were done with them, bro. I just got Brody. I don't know. Maybe they call them Brody or something. Like, I thought you were done with them, Brody. What happened? Like, I thought you didn't love them anymore. I thought you didn't want to be with them anymore. Well, I mean, from the fucking looks of it, it kind of looks like, okay. So, they do love you. Now, it's interesting because I don't know why I felt like I had to even look into that. Maybe that was something that you were questioning, like if this person really does love you, if they're really emotionally invested. And the answer to that question is yes, they are very emotionally invested. Okay, they are very much so in love, homie, with you. What action? You know, it's crazy how their energy just drastically shifts and gets better. They go from a King of Swords to a King of Cups to a King of Pentacles. So their energy, right? Their energy is improving. And it's improving because you're pouring, right, into them, right? And this entire situation all over again, which is making them feel better. It's causing them to like rise energetically speaking. And it is raising their vibration. I'm also getting that. Well, it looks. Well, hold on. Okay. I mean, not that it fucking matters, but we'll get into that in a damn second. See, this person's insecure. They're insecure. But the thing is that with this person is that they're so good at hiding it. You would never suspect that this person's like, if I were to see this person, well, maybe not me, but like if an average Joe were to like see this person, like they would be like, oh, like this person's confident within themselves. Like, yeah, like they're super confident within themselves. You know, when I look at this person and their energy, you know what I see? I see like a grown man or a grown woman, but on a soul level, right? On a soul level, right? On an, you know, internal level. Like, you know what I'm getting? It's like a little boy that's like scared and afraid. Or a little girl that's like scared and afraid. Like there's some like inner child work that does definitely need to be done on their behalf, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Like a frightened child, or yeah, like a frightened child is kind of what I'm getting. But they're very good at masking it. I will give them that. I mean, this person has a phenomenal like poker face, but that's kind of what I get when I look at this person. It's like a little kid that's like very scared and timid. Like, yeah, very scared and very timid on the inside, and very insecure on the inside. Anyways, so very determined, by the way. To make things right with you. I am getting that. But then we have the Magician to the Three of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of why I'm like, I guess we'll get into it. I feel like this person, they want to ask you something, but it's like they don't know if they want the answer to it. Okay, so, and it has a lot to do with them wanting to know, like, what the hell were you up to while y'all were not together? Because they look at you like you could have any man you want. You could have any woman that you want. You see what I mean? So it's like, because of that, it's like they're like wondering, like, damn, I wonder if Gemini was like actually like dealing with somebody or not. Like, I want to fucking ask them, but then again, it doesn't really matter because we weren't together. But still, like, were they with someone? They're very, do I want to say this? Do I really want to say this about this person? I don't, let me find a way to say this without getting in trouble. That's another thing that makes them very insecure. When it comes down to their performance, if you know what I mean. I don't think that they consider themselves to be the best performer. I am getting like an energy, God, how do I say this without saying it, man? This sucks. It sucks to have to hold back, because of YouTube sometimes. But I'm also I can't say it. I'm sorry. I can't say it because I can't really think of. But I do feel like they're very insecure when it comes down to that without you again realizing it, because they got a good poker face. I will give them that, but it's like that's what they're thinking. Like, did Gemini go and do this, down the third, while I was gone? Did they? Did they though? Did they? And were they better than me? Like, they don't feel very confident when it comes down to their performance, as well as what's attached to them. You know what I mean? Which I can't go into that because I already know it's gonna happen, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother with it, but whatever. Point that I'm making is that they're very insecure when it comes down to that. Anyways, what else was I gonna say here? What else was I gonna do? Oh, ultimate outcome. Gemini, I feel like you need to like figure out where you want to be, dude, because you're turning into Donald Jones on me, okay? Like, which, if you don't know what I mean by that, it's an old R&B song. It's Where I Want to Be, Donald Jones, I feel like you need to figure out where you want to be. Like, do you want to be with this person, or do you not want to be with this person? Like, or do you want to just get back to like doing you? What do you want to do? You see what I mean? Back to this human being though. This person, this friend of theirs, they do look at this person as somebody who's crazy, like, for you, like crazy for you. Like, they've never actually seen them like this before with anybody that they've personally ever dated prior to obviously meeting you. Like, so it's like when it comes down to you, it's kind of like, they're kind of like taken back by it. Like, damn, man, like this man over here is like really fucking in love. I've never seen this shit before. This is a sight to fucking see here. Or this woman's really in love. I've never seen them like this before. This is like a sight to see. It's like they're kind of like, they know that this person's in love with you. They know that this person's crazy about you. Like, they know. They just know. But they just never seen them like this before. They just never seen them like this before over a person. You know what I mean? Yeah, they've just never seen them like this before. But they're just like, hey, whatever. If the King of Wands is happy with Gemini, then I'll be happy for them, for both of them. But man, like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, they look at this person looks at you guys like, don't get me wrong, I feel like this person looks at you as somebody who really does love them. Like, they can tell that you love them, and they can tell that this King of Wands loves you. But I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like this Queen of Swords, and they don't have to be a Queen of Swords, okay? Like, well, no, let me take that back. They don't have to be a female. Like, this could be a dude that we're talking about here that just leans far more towards their masculine side. Or I'm sorry, their feminine side is what I meant to say. Don't get caught up in the gender. Point that I'm making is that these two are friends anyways. But they do look, at this relationship that you guys share with one another as like two people that are like crazy for one another, I don't know if you are crazy for this person. Maybe you are. I don't know. But this person does look at y'all like y'all are like two loose cannons that are in love with one another. But whatever, you know what I mean? They also look at you guys as two people that just can't stay away from one another. They also look at you guys like, I don't know how the fuck y'all do it, because they do perceive this relationship that you guys have with one another as something that's very toxic and unhealthy. But it's like y'all just keep running back to one another over and over again. So they're just like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess, like, just don't burn the house down, you guys, you know, like, that's kind of how they look at it. But yeah, Gemini, that is what I have for you. You need to figure out where you want to be, though. You got to figure that out, all right? So that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.